love your privacy, I'll keep it hush, hush. I'll stay down low for you. I like when it's just you and me, I'll keep it hush, 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 baby. I know you love your...
Hey guys, it's Lex.
And Courtney.
And you are listening to another episode of The Pleasure's All Yours. We are here once again this week, encouraging sexual liberation in the Black and queer communities. We just wanted to create a space where we can all come and laugh and learn and really just emphasize that the pleasure is...
It's all yours, baby.
It's for you.
Yeah, just for you.
In your bubble and cauldron.
Because it's spooky season.
Yeah,
and we're encroaching on even the spookiest
the spookiest of times.
Season.
I actually think that Halloween being in Scorpio season is like perfect.
It makes sense. It's like the beginning of Scorpio season.
Yeah.
Perfect. It awakens my soul, really.
It's also, like I always say, it's like a second Pride. October is like a second Pride month. Yeah. Especially for Libras. So
I'm really shocked that I haven't figured out my Like I know what I'm gonna be, like we talked about last week. I just haven't like pulled the trigger on anything, and like more things keep coming up like that you need different costumes for. So
you know what? I think I just decided that I'm gonna be Britney Spears. Oops, I did it again. Because I have tiny skirts and like a white button up.
Oh, you mean Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
I was like, you're going to wear a fucking red leather catsuit? I was about to freak the fuck out.
If I could find that, I would wear that too.
Damn.
Maybe another time.
Just a thought,
Maybe
right?
for another time.
But Hit Me Baby One More Time, hot. And you could definitely do the little pigtails.
Because, you know, I have my braids now.
Yes.
I love pigtails. I think they're very cute. And they're very feminine as well. And I love presenting as a femme and then being a real nigga on the inside. You know? Because it's like, oh my God, what do you mean you're going to jump my car?
You love helping bitches with their car.
I do.
Got a flat tire? Call Lex.
Yep.
Got a dead battery? Call Lex.
Yeah. Well, like any other episode, we do love to start with a pleasure moment of the week because, bitch, life is hard and it's good to find pleasure even for one moment out of 7 days.
Truly.
So, what was your pleasure moment this week, bitch?
Actually, I couldn't decide because last week was just a really great week for me, honestly.
Yeah.
I quit the hellhole that was the sex store that we both worked at for a long time. Lex and our bestie Loon really escaped a few months ago, but I finally made it out.
Made it out the trenches.
Made it out the trenches, baby. Moving on.
Yeah.
But so that was one part for sure. Then the second part was Hosier, because I got to see my baby.
You did.
Yes, let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I got to see Hosier, and he was fucking fantastic. Like, better than I could have ever imagined in my life.
I know that's your lesbian white king.
That is my man. My man. He is 6'7", and he was showing all inches. He's a tree god. He is.
Oh, I was gonna say some mythical forest creature. I think I was gonna say an ogre, but he's not that. He's not like.
You could never.
Like an ogre, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's one of them niggas. He's one of them big ass, tall ass niggas.
He just is a tall, lanky piece of work, and I would love to climb up that ladder and see the stars. Truly, he's amazing. The show was amazing. I keep raving about the fucking Toyota Music Factory as a venue. Yeah. It's just, I've never had a bad experience there. I've sat everywhere now. I've sat in the pit. I've sat in the seats. I've sat in the lawn, on both sides of the seats. Amazing. Love it. That one, or, you know, I did celebrate my friend's nuptials this weekend. Yes. They had a reception at a winery.
We're finally at that age where our friends are about to start getting married.
God, I mean, when I was there, I was hanging out with, you know, one of my best friends, and we were just looking at him like, he's really fucking married right now?
He's a whole husband.
And, like, he was just moving around the room talking to all these white people, and... he just looked like a fucking husband. Yeah. It was just weird. You know, that's my friend. Like, that's not my nigga. That's like my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my friend. Yeah. And I've just seen him when he was living at his mom's house making ramen noodles every fucking night with some ashy toes. And now he's getting married and he's, you know, living his life. So
wow.
Yeah. Full circle moment, but I had a lot of pleasure moments this week, so I think my whole week was just one big pleasure moment.
I do love that for you.
Yeah. What about you, boo?
I just feel like I do so much work during the week, and like once I get home, I really be turning my brain off. Like, do I exist? Am I a person? No. I just am an entity of nothing. And I just forget half of my week.
Okay.
Besides, I don't know if I mentioned in the last episode, besides me getting a promotion, that's like really...
Yes, snaps, and we claps.
Yeah. I got a promotion at work, so that was really cool. Because more money, hello. And yeah, I think that was really it. You know, I'm pretty sure that Red is planning something for my birthday, and everybody keeps telling me to stop saying that because they're like, well, what if she isn't? Then you're going to be really disappointed. And I was like, no, because Courtney and our friend Ren don't know how to not give, like, I don't
know what the fuck I said, because I don't know if anything's happening. I'm over here thinking the same thing these bitches are, which is, wow, I'm going to really have to step my game up on Saturday if this bitch doesn't come through like Lex thinks that she's going to come through.
There was one day, and why I think that something's happening is because it happened on the same day, and it was you and Ren. And I don't remember what we were talking about, but something happened and both of y'all said something really cryptic. And I was like, huh? And then both of you were like, never mind. I was like,
I'm a Scorpio. Ren is a Pisces. Mm-hmm. So to me, we are both naturally cryptic people. Okay. We're both pretty dramatic in our own ways, you know. So, you know, I don't know why you're assuming.
I don't know. It
means something that it doesn't.
I don't know. You guys just... like, I don't know. I just feel like I usually can tell when something is afoot, and it just really feels like something is afoot.
Something is afoot?
Yeah.
Maybe it's an inch. Maybe it's a mile.
Okay.
I don't fucking know, bitch. But
okay, either way,
this weekend we'll be having a great time because it's your birthday, and we love to celebrate you.
Absolutely. But yeah, I think my promotion was probably my pleasure. Oh, and I got my hair done. Hello.
Yeah, you look gorgeous.
Hello. Yeah, I got my hair
Perfect
done.
color combo. Who told you to get that color combo?
Oh, yes. This is all Courtney's idea.
It was all my idea.
She's a mastermind. She was like, hey, Lex, look at this color. You should get it. And I was like, oh, my God, wow, you're totally right.
I love being a good referral source for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know,
what are we talking about today?
Today, we are talking about, well, it still is Kink Month. And while I guess it's not technically a kinky topic per se, but, you know, we love to put some little educational things in our episodes. And hedonism is our topic for today, which really came to me because I was watching Futurama, and I don't know if you guys watch Futurama. I was telling Courtney about this character, but there's a character in Futurama called Hedonism Bot, and he's a robot who's a hedonist, obviously, that's his name. And he's just fucking weird. Like, he's just always doing things, and like, things are always pleasurable to him, or like crazy stuff is happening and he's always finding pleasure in like whatever it is, which I find really funny, but he's also really weird.
He's very weird. Like, showed me a whole like YouTube compilation of him. Go ahead and Google him because I've never watched Futurama. It's not really my thing, but he doesn't look anything like I thought he would look like, but it makes sense when I saw him. I was like, yeah, Hedonism Bot, that's his name. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Oh my God, he's one of my favorite characters in the show because he's always just saying something really weird, but like at the end of the day, he's doing what makes him feel good, even in a weird situation.
Absolutely.
Where he shouldn't be focused on that. I just think it's really funny. So, you know, if you don't know who Hedonism Bot is, please go look him up, watch an episode with him in it. I don't know, do your thing, but I think he's great. But if you don't know what hedonism is, it is the pursuit of pleasure, sensuality, and self-indulgence in like a sexual and relationship way. It is without the need for love or commitment. So basically anything that like would bring you pleasure that does represent sensuality and does also have to do with anything self-indulgence, which, you know, we talk a lot about pleasure, doing what you feel and all of these things, that would be a hedonist. I was like, are we hedonists while I was making this? I was like, hello?
Adjacent, I would say.
Adjacent, not...
We have not limits, but like, there are things I won't do even though I want to do them.
Yes,
basically.
absolutely. So, this can, like, this does have like a lot of negative connotation sometimes, because a true hedonist is in the pursuit of pleasure and sensuality and all these things without the regard of anyone else. So like if you know people are going to get hurt when you're doing this, if you even know yourself is going to get hurt but you do it anyway because of the pleasure of it, then you're probably a hedonist. So that is, which I was like, wow, it's not just a positive thing. Like y'all just, so basically, I know some of the articles I was reading were saying like hedonists are sometimes narcissistic because they literally do not care about anybody else if it doesn't have to do something with their pleasure in some way. Okay. There are a lot of definitions of hedonism, especially since like it's been around since ancient Greece. It has definitely changed definition throughout the time, but it is like most of the definitions are purely sexual, but hedonism is also pleasures through like fame, friendships, love, music, food, sympathy, knowledge, art, like little things, you know. Which is why I was like, are we hedonists? But again,
I guess maybe we are. Well, I don't know. You know,
I have regards for other people.
Me
though,
too.
So
like,
that.
If it were up to me, I'd listen to my music on full blast at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
But I know I have a roommate and people that live above me who do not give a fuck about me.
Yeah. Wow. So maybe we're not hedonists. Yeah. We have a heart.
I think it's just that we have empathy for other people. I think at the end of the day. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So, well, while all of these things can also fall under the definition of hedonistic pleasures, a true hedonist would aim for pleasure without reason. So, like, it just don't matter, bitch. It just don't matter. There has to be
all else.
Yes, above all else, nothing else matters. At the end of the day, the pleasure is really
it's all yours. It's all mine, I guess.
Hey, exactly. See, look, you see why I was like, are we? I'm telling you, I was questioning myself this whole time. Where did we go? Okay, so in earliest and most extreme forms of hedonism, aka Greek times, there was a school of literature called Serenade
by Aristippus.
Yeah, Aristippus is a person. And he is basically one of the first known, like if you look at literature from thousands of years ago, BC, obviously, he's like mentioned a lot whenever it comes to hedonism, and like he really focused on indulging in pleasures and living life with the sole purpose of like experiencing pleasure. Okay. So yeah, there's him. But besides him, because ancient Greece, that's forever ago, I want to talk about something in my lifetime. Okay.
Right. Talk about it.
Wait, back up. Hold on. I did make a point that Aristippus, as in Aristocat, that's what I'm gonna call him. Okay. He argued that the way to a good life is the sentient moments of pleasure, which
now I can agree with that. Yeah, okay. If he's the father of hedonism, I can agree with that. I'm sorry.
Well, I apologize. I agree. But yeah, but in the 18th century, Jeremy Bentham, he was alive for a really long time for that time period, 1748 to 1832.
1748 to 1832. Oh, okay, so he was almost 100. Like
that nigga was old.
He was 82.
Yeah, that nigga was old. That's like 120 at that time.
That's true.
People didn't live that long. You know what? It's because he was all about that shit, you know?
Yeah.
But he was a moral, he had a moral, he basically took hedonism and made utilitarianism. Okay. Which has like hedonistic qualities, but obviously isn't, like from its origin, obviously not what it is today.
He created utilitarianism?
Yeah, he did.
And he got a lot of the ideas of utilitarianism from hedonism?
Yeah.
Interesting.
As in like being basically it's hedonism if you also showed sympathy and empathy to others.
Okay.
Like you care about people and the society and all of that shit, you know.
Got you.
But yeah, like I said, this is hedonism with the consideration of others and yourself. I made a few points of some significant things that he did emphasize and other people have like read in things that he's written. But he did say that every action you take should in turn bring you pleasure of some kind. So like whenever you are going through life and you're making decisions, thinking, okay, which one would be the most pleasurable, even in like an awful situation, is like basically his shtick.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So like, just make a decision, but make sure it'll be at least some kind of a pleasurable one, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Like in Saw, basically. Like
In Saw?
Yeah, like
Bitch, I ain't never seen a Saw movie ever in my fucking life. I
Oh.
know the doll though.
Okay. Okay.
I like his cheeks.
So
Aren't they
basically,
swirly?
this nigga gives you an option. He's like, okay, girl, you have the key to your own life, to save your own life. You have it in you. You have the ability to save your own life right now. I don't want to kill you. I'm not going to kill you. You're going to kill yourself. You have 30 seconds. Okay. That's basically what he says.
Oh,
He's like, you have 30 seconds to, the key that you need is in the back of your eyeball. You have 30 seconds to take out your eyeball and get the key and put the key in the lock and unlock yourself before it explodes on your head. And if you don't make it, it explodes on your head and you die. So you decide, you said what? You said even in terrible situations. This is a terrible situation.
That is true. I did say that.
Okay, so he's basically like, okay, take out your eye in 30 seconds and get the key, or you can die. Which one is more pleasurable? I guess, like, theoretically, like, philosophically, you could say that, like, dying would be the more pleasurable option.
You want to blow me up versus me scooping my own eyeball out?
People do it. People fucking do it. In the Saw, for 10 movies, these niggas have been making these kinds of decisions.
I don't know. You know, it's like put yourself through excruciating pain and also mental trauma, or just die right here.
That's so true, though. That is so true, because it's also the mental trauma of having to live with one leg or, like, you know,
and then it's also
no
like,
eye.
Okay, I can't go in a room where somebody closes the door right after me, because why are you closing and locking the door? Yeah. Is this Saw? Am I about to die? Where's the fucking doll at? Like, I don't know. Now I'm scared.
Wow, you're making a lot of sense here.
I'll just die.
You're just not a hedonist.
If I were in Saw, I would just be like, you know what?
Just kill me. I already know that, because like I'm not doing that. I'm sorry.
I'm not doing all that.
In the last movie, this girl had to like cut off her leg with a bone saw. Like, I mean, no, not a bone saw. One of those surgical like wires. So it was a wire connected to two handles, and she was like in this little cage that had a blade that like moved forward in a minute, and if it moved, it was gonna cut her head off, right? Or you could take off your leg and give him enough bone marrow to fill up this like weight that would turn off the machine. So she like is freaking out for like the first 20 seconds of this thing. Yeah. And then like people are yelling at her and they're like, just do it. Oh my God. So she grabs it and she starts cutting through her leg and like just, you know, all this stuff. And she cuts through all the leg falls off. She's like, you know, screaming. She grabs a tube, she sticks it in the stump, and like all the bone marrow is being sucked out into the scale. And she's like crying in pain. This like blade is still coming because it's not full yet. And she fucking doesn't make it because it wasn't sucking out her bone marrow fast enough. So she dies anyway. And I don't know why I told that whole story. But what I can say is that these are kind of like reflections of life, right?
Yeah. Bitch, listen, I would not. I'm sorry. I donated bone marrow one time.
And it was like almost as painful as it sounds like.
That shit was really painful. Like, that is the crazy part. That shit is really painful. And let me tell you something. I would still do it again. I'm not even gonna lie.
Because it was for somebody that really needed it, a black woman. Yeah. And you continue to support black women every Wednesday.
Always. Every day of my life, I am here for black women and black women only. Obviously.
But can you explain to me the reason again, and we're getting off topic, of why you had to get the surgery instead of just doing like the regular bone marrow?
Because when I was a kid, I was diagnosed with adolescent rheumatoid arthritis, which some kids and teenagers get really bad and then they grow out of it, kind of like asthma. Okay. So since I had that, and that has to do with like my blood and inflammation in my joints and things like that, they had to get it directly from inside of my bone.
Oh my gosh.
So I have like 3 scars on my back where they put like these really, really thick needles and they like drill a hole into your hip and then they suck it out, and they took like 1.5 liters of bone marrow.
That was way more than that guy asked for in Saw.
Yeah.
You are a survivor.
The lady's more of a survivor, honestly. She just had her birthday.
You get updates on her?
Yeah, well, once it hits a year, we can exchange contact if we want to, but I got an email that had thank you notes in them from her and her husband and her sisters and her nephew and a cousin.
Oh, wow.
And they all wrote like these really beautiful thank yous. I was sobbing. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to lie. I was sobbing. I was crying so bad, but she wrote me a note on her birthday, and it was just beautiful, you know, and I was really crying. I'm not going to talk about it too much because I'm going to start crying again.
That was so sweet. You literally saved somebody's life.
I don't know. I just like, I don't know. Again, like I always say, I feel like if in a situation like that, I would really, really hope and pray that someone would do the same thing for me. So it doesn't seem right to me to be like, oh, well, if I were dying, I would want someone to do this for me. But then me be like, oh, fuck no, fuck you, fuck all that shit, fuck the stranger. I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me. So I went and did it.
Wow. That's so beautiful. Everybody, think about donating bone marrow. You might not
especially
have to
as Black people. Do you know that like only, it's like, I think it was like 3.5% of Black people that joined Be the Match as a recipient even find a donor, because Black people do not sign up. Like the kit I got it in high school and it was for free. But I know you pay like $35 for the kit. It's literally a cheek swab. They keep it. There are people who have been working for Be the Match for like ever and have never, like the whole time when I was going through the process, I had to fly to Nashville. Everything was paid for also. They even compensated me for the work I was missing. So like literally, bitch, it was like, okay, it was like a no-brainer. But anyway, a lot of people were like, I've been with this organization for 12 years and I still have not been picked as a donor. Like there were people who were like envious of the fact that I was able to do it. But I don't know. Everybody was, I don't know. I was just like, whatever. And then I woke up in horrible, horrible pain. I had to stay in the hospital for a little longer because I was in so much pain and they wanted to make sure I was okay. And I was in pain for like 2 months after that. It took me like maybe 3 months to get back to like walking.
Yeah, I do remember when you came back and you were limping.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my baby. You don't have to go through that if you haven't had rheumatoid arthritis as a child.
Yeah, there's another version. I think it's called like PCBS or something like that. And it's like where you get a series of shots for 7 days. And then it basically makes you overproduce white blood cells or something like that. And then they sort of hook you up kind of how they do when you do plasma, and they filter out your blood and stuff. And sometimes it can take like up to 8 hours and you literally sit in a hospital bed the whole time, but you don't have to be put to sleep. You don't need any anesthesia or anything like that. They gave me some anxiety meds. By the time they wheeled me through the surgery door, I was out. Yeah. I was like loopy as hell. So.
Wow. So just think about donating. Just, you could save a Black woman's life.
Yeah. We're a little off topic, but that, I feel like, you know what? I feel like that was something that brought me pleasure, even though it was painful.
Yeah.
Because it's just nice.
Wow.
I don't know. It's just nice to know that I could help somebody.
Exactly.
In a way that like really, really significantly matters. So, but all help is good help. Either way.
Sorry about that. Let's get back
to Jeremy.
Back to Jeremy and his ass.
And his ass. He also came up with a hedonic calculus. Bitch, this is pleasure math.
No such thing. No such thing as pleasure plus math.
Hey, hedonic calculus. This is weighing the pleasure and the pain of a situation to decide if it's right or wrong for what you want.
Okay, I want to stick this metal rod so far up my ass that it just penetrates my soul. However, me sticking a metal pole up my ass would cause a lot of damage to my internal organs. What is my answer, Lex? I
guess depending on the person, because my calculator is saying no. But old Jeremy, his calculators could say yes, and he'd be like, "Lube me up, doc."
That's so true. Everybody's math is different.
Think about those girls we see on those random Twitter porns that come up, and they have like a whole wine bottle in their asshole.
Oh my God. Or the beautiful, beautiful soldiers that participate in double penetration with these big ass niggas.
Hey, I'm saying, I just think if you do a DP, I want to talk to you because
come on the show. Oh my God. If you have participated in any kind of DP, DP of any stature, please reach out to us immediately.
Yeah,
we'll get you on a Zoom call.
I don't know if I would ever do it, but I definitely like to watch it.
God's strongest soldiers, cheers to you, babe, and your cervix.
And your ass.
That is a good calculus. That's some good hedonist calculus.
Yes, the hedonic calculus. And apparently there's like, I don't know if there's like a formula for it, but I'm sure that there is a formula for everything because scientists be that way. Something else that Jeremy also said is pleasure is only good, is the only true good, and pain with no exception is the only evil. Pain with no exception.
Like pain with no pleasure, like pain with absolutely nothing to gain.
Yeah, I guess that's what. That's what I got from that.
I kind of.
He said pain is evil, and pleasure is good. Basically.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, Jeremy. He was a white man, but he knew what he was talking about, kind of.
What is he? Then how would he classify BDSM? There's a lot of pain and pleasure, and there's always pain and pleasure. If you think about it, there's pain and pleasure.
Yeah, but like he said, with no exception. That's like BDSM, and it's turning me on. Okay. That's an exception.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
yeah, because pain with no exception is.
Yeah, I know that there's a quote somewhere, or maybe I just read it and I didn't put. Oh no, here it is. He also thought. Since we're talking about that, he also thought that what ultimately motivates most humans and people in general is the pleasures and the pains of life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're just animals, You avoid what's going to make you feel bad and you gravitate towards what makes you feel good, what's natural for you.
Yeah, and sometimes there's a little gray line and you walk it.
For the thrill.
For the thrill. Yes, okay. He did also think that people should aim for the greatest happiness in the greatest numbers. So whatever it is that brings you happiness, to basically indulge and cultivate as many of those experiences and as many of those things as possible. Again, like really close to hedonism because it is still like indulging in things that make you happy, that bring you pleasure, that make you feel good, but it still is like with consideration of people and your health and things like that.
I think that's more along the lines of what we stand for, babe.
Yeah. We with you, Jeremy. Old ass nigga.
I don't like guys named Jeremy.
Every Jeremy I've met has been weird.
Yeah, because it's a weird name, Jeremy.
If your name's Jeremy, why are you weird?
Why do you have so many syllables in your name? Jeremy.
Yeah, well, you got 3. No, because I got 3 syllables in my name.
Your name is Lex.
Oh,
that's
true.
the name on your passport to me. Okay, passport of the Courtneys.
Okay, where do I get a ticket? Where are we going? How do I get there?
You can go wherever you want to go, babe, because you have a passport.
Okay, love it. Perfect. Because you have a passport.
Get with it. I just said that.
Thanks for letting me know. Courtney, I just really love the way you say things. Sometimes they're just so funny. And like, me and Loon were talking about that too. I don't know. We were talking about you one day and we were like, Courtney funny as hell. And he was like, man, she really silly because why she be saying stuff like that? And I'm like, why?
I literally don't know what you're talking about. But that's okay. Like, I love that you guys talk about me. It turns me on. That's that Libra Venus. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Well, Mr. Jonathan Betham also thought that there were 14 major pleasures in life. And that is sense, as in common.
Okay.
Wealth, skill, amity or friendship, a good name, power, piety, which is spirituality or dutifulness, benevolence, which is love, Malevolence, which is malice, which we have also, already talked about. Memory, imagination, expectations, and pleasures of relief. So like when you take your bra off when you get home.
Oh my God, or smoking a really nice joint after a terrible conversation.
Yeah. That.
Or a really good conversation.
Yeah.
Or after sex, or after work.
After food.
After a shower.
Food, actually.
Ooh, before food, before you masturbate, after you masturbate,
Right
after
before you go to
eat,
the club.
Right before you go to the club.
Driving around in a car.
Right before you go to a baby shower.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. In the mall parking lot before you go into the mall.
Absolutely.
You know what? That would be a hedonistic pleasure.
Smoking?
Yeah.
Definitely, because at any point in time is a good time to smoke. When you wake up, when you go to sleep.
You trying to roll up?
Somebody just was born. Somebody just died.
I'm saying.
You trying to roll up?
I said something about, like, I'll wake up in the morning and I'll be like, oh, I'm going to eat this edible as soon as I wake up. Or I'm going to smoke this bowl as soon as I wake up. And Red will be like, give the day a chance. And
Girl,
I'm like,
this is me giving it a chance. This is literally you giving it a chance.
I said I am giving the day a chance. I just want to give it the best chance it could have.
Babe.
And this is really like elevating the best chance it could have. Boom.
I'm trying to protect you and everybody else around
Thank you.
me.
I just want to be in a nice, good old mood for no reason. Clink, clink.
Clink, clink, clink.
Yeah. Okay, so while we've already said pleasure can be really good to indulge in, there are ways that it can be bad for your health, just like anything else. And that's where gluttony comes in. You know what? There is a reason it's a sin. And there's a reason that a lot of like philosophies and things like that, and people who like Greek gods and things like that, that's like their ending is their gluttony or their ego or something like that, So don't be gluttonous, basically. Anyway, overindulgence can also bring you strife. Things like drinking, drugs, sex, shopping can all turn into really bad habits that can destroy your life and also the people around you. Yeah. So you shopping so much to the point where, now you done spent your roommate's rent. That's crazy. Yeah. That right there, babe, not good.
Did that happen to somebody that you know? You
No.
said that like very quickly.
No, but that's the first thing I thought.
Damn. Okay. So what do you think the way that we just described smoking, do you think that, like, what do we...
In that moment, I was thinking about it, but then I was thinking about Carol.
Please don't let that be like your level of...
Because
like,
I really think
if something morally okay he's not who you want to look
because I think, Carol be like, it don't even matter, bro.
It really, look, it is what it is, child.
But yes, like I said, you smoking too much to the point where your parents have to pull you aside, or like your coworkers gotta pull you aside, or your baby daddy gotta pull me aside.
They pull me aside every day. Oh. My mom was in there cleaning up my closet on a Tuesday at 6:00 in the morning, and she was like, "Are you high?" And I'm like, "Yes, girl." I had to get. First of all, I knew he was gonna be here all day going through my shit.
I had to get high.
So that's first of all, and then second, you got me waking up this early in the goddamn morning. Yes, I needed to get high.
Yes, I am high, girl. Sorry. I don't know. It's like, does it distort our life, though? Or the people around us?
I think I know when to pull back, and I do. Yeah. Like, I'm starting a new job, so I'm not smoking until I get home from work because I'm focused on, like, doing my job well. Yeah. In the future, I'm going to have to travel, so I don't want to be smelling like weed all the time because then my stuff is going to smell like weed all the time.
That's why you got to get them pins.
Right. And I also know that vaping, it just doesn't go well for me. Like, I was vaping all last week, and right now I'm dealing with a little bit of a coffee cough because I just don't. The vapors are just not very healthy for you. So I'm like, okay, let me back the fuck off of the weed. Like, I need to stop smoking so much in my room, so much in my car, so that my body doesn't smell like it when I'm going to the airport. Or at least
open your door, especially now that it's like so nice outside.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what
we have been having our doors open.
I miss my apartment, guys. That just made me remember.
Oh, because they don't have a balcony.
No, there are doors and windows that I can open, but
it's not the same.
Yeah, and you know I like to have it on my plants and my chair.
You did. I'm just sitting outside naked in the sun,
All
bathing.
the time, for no reason. I'd be under my heated blanket naked on a papasan on my patio. Who's doing that?
Who's
Me.
doing that?
Me.
You and your Libra Aquarius vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. But things that, you know, like we said, drinking, drugs, sex, shopping, all that. Debt, STDs, STIs, alcoholism, drug abuse, sex as a self-harm, which we have definitely mentioned before, and any kind of sexual assault, you know, people who we've also talked about, people who, you know, are hypersexual, aka like air quotations or anything like that. You know, overindulgence in those behaviors can always lead to the harm of yourself or others. And that, I feel like, is the opposite of what Jonathan, is that his name?
Jeremy, this
Jeremy.
bitch. With her whole chest. Jonathan. It's
Whatever
cool.
the fuck. Yeah,
it's
that
the
nigga.
same pretty much.
Yeah, so he basically was saying the opposite. He's basically saying you should indulge in these things, but they shouldn't get to this point. Of course, there are ways to practice this lifestyle, as in not in traditionally hedonism, but just more so in Jeremy/Jonathan's way of things. And these are finding moments to really breathe and feel, smell, connect with yourself and what you want that would also bring you happiness. So whenever I said this, I was thinking of like going for a walk, like going for a walk and just like keep your phone in your pocket, just go for a walk, look around you, breathe deeply, you know, just listen to what's going on around you, feel, you know,
Be in the moment.
Yeah. That's what that reminded me of.
When do you think was the last time that you like had one of those moments where the pleasure you're experiencing couldn't be considered like smoking, drinking, you know, sex, none of that? Just like something where you just felt good. Like when was that?
I was taking a walk the other day, and you know I love nature. And I was just walking and I was looking at the trees, and there was a breeze blowing through, and I realized that the trees had started changing colors because it's getting
fall,
to
yeah,
fall,
spooky
you know.
season.
And so I just was so happy. I was just really, really happy in that moment to like just be there. And it made me, once I realized the leaves, it made me realize the smell of the air, because it smells like fall outside. I don't know if anybody else can attest to that, but it smells like fall outside and it feels like fall outside, and just everything just looked really nice and really like, I don't know, it just looked really nice. Sometimes you look at life and it looks like there's a filter on what you're looking at, and that's what it felt like. So, you know, I'm a big go for a walk kind of bitch. I never mind taking Red's dog for a walk because I really, really love just going for a walk and being in the trees, especially there are a lot of trees around where she lives. So, you know, it's really nice. So I would say then for sure.
Yeah, that's a really beautiful moment. Connecting with nature.
Yeah. You know, I love outside.
Yeah, you do.
I really love outside. You know, our friend Ghosty was like, I think you might be a natural born witch.
Maybe you are.
Something like that because of
Tap into that, babe.
whoops.
Girl, this big
Whoops.
girl.
I forgot to turn on my notifications off. Sorry, my bad.
It happens to the best of us.
Oh my God, wait.
Do you need me?
No, I'm just going to turn it off.
Simple fix.
Simple fix. Okay. So, besides taking moments to breathe and feel and absorb what is around you, eating some of your favorite foods is another way to practice a form of hedonism or utilitarianism. You know, I really feel like what we're talking about is such a small part of what what that is, bitch. I really think this is like the smallest part. But the originator, Mr. Jeremy
/ Jonathan.
That's what that nigga said. Okay, these are things that he said. But also listening to your favorite music, going to concerts, things like that would be a great way to practice.
Oh my gosh.
I love concerts. After Beyonce and then Ashniko within the same like week, I was like, oh my God, I really need to buy another concert ticket like immediately.
Like, it doesn't really matter. As long as you kind of like them, you will have a good time.
Yeah,
Like,
I wanted to go to Janelle Monáe. Yeah, I'm sad I miss Victoria Monet too.
Yeah, all
They
the
were
Monets.
all within the same couple of weeks.
They
though.
were honestly days, because like it was like Ashnikko, then Beyonce, then
Janelle the next Monday.
No, then Victoria, then Janelle. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot over here in Dallas.
I need the Monets to get on a song. Okay.
Immediately talk about
And
being
it has
bisexual.
to be gay. Thank you. It has to be gay and having two lovers, because obviously they know what the fuck is up.
Yeah.
Another way to practice this is to spend time only with people that love, cherish, and appreciate you and behave that way as well. So, you know, people being like, oh my God, I love you so much. And then literally just making you feel the opposite and just being a fucking dickhead, not considering you and your feelings and what you're going through and like all these things. Just people who are not good friends or good people to you would not fall into what I just spoke about. So only spend your time with the people that do those things for you.
Your true day ones, you know, that really be holding it down.
Absolutely. POP. Practice gratitude and positive thinking as well. So that just ties into the like when things aren't as pleasurable and still picking a decision or something like that, that would still be pleasurable to you and still would be the most pleasurable of the two.
Wow.
Or of the choices. Yeah.
I definitely think I've learned to like get into that flow the last few months. Like neither one are great, but I'm going to go with what's more pleasurable. And I'm like, my life has improved drastically since making those decisions. Yeah.
I realized the other day, I was like, I just really be turning my brain off. Things don't be going how I want them to. And I just turn my brain off. I'd be like, turn it off.
Okay. Like, do you think that's a way, like, do you think you're processing them when you turn it off? Like, do you think it's like a computer, like when it's restarting or it's shutting down, it's like doing all the little updates. And then when you load it back up, it applies the updates?
Kind of, yeah. I feel like for some things, yes. But for other things, I'm like, this just isn't enjoyable. This isn't favorable to me. So for me to get through it, I'm going to just have to turn my brain off and just be a person and not be like myself, where I'm like, bitch, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this, what the fuck is this? I just basically have to turn it off and be like, be more of a person who can like accept the situation as it is. So like whatever parts of me I have to turn off or like kind of like alter to get through a moment, I just do that. So like when I'm at work, the part of me that's like, oh my God, I hate working, this is dumb, capitalism, reparations, bitch, I'm a black woman, I'm gay, I'm traumatized by my mother, like, I shouldn't have to do this, I didn't even have to be born. All of those things, I just turn them off. And then I'm like, oh my God, wow, work, I can do this, this is fine. Yeah, of course I want to help you and be the most helpful and the most model employee. Of course I want to do that because I've turned my brain off.
Okay,
that's like those parts of my brain.
Applying this outline that you've you've carefully crafted for me, right? Yeah. You would probably say that within that of you saying, oh my God, I don't want to work. I'm a black gay person living in non-binary person living in this capitalist society. You would say, okay, but I'm a black gay person living in this society and I'm so much fucking cooler than these straight white men that are making money for at this job, right? Yeah. So even though neither option is particularly pleasurable, because I don't want to be a white man, and it sucks being a black femme, non-binary person, honestly. But I'd prefer to still be. You'd prefer to still be who you are. I would probably prefer to still be who I am than some boring white man. That is choosing the most pleasurable option for you. I mean, I guess that's neither. Let me say, like, being a white man is not an option for us. So we don't that, and that's what's so tricky about identity, right? Because like that's what we fucking are. But in the sense of like, okay, I worked and I have a mother that traumatized me and all these other things. You could say my mama traumatized the fuck out of me, so ain't nobody can traumatize me anymore.
How and can you bully me with my mom? Did it? So she really did her big one on that one. I'm sorry. She was like, bitch. Awful. Ugh, disgusting. And you know what? I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't know.
You're practicing acceptance more than seeing the pleasure of your position.
Well, I mean, I guess, but also like I think about it's like I like to think about how I do it for work because that is I know I do it a lot subconsciously, but work is where it comes out the most because I'll really find myself like, oh, bitch, you didn't really turn your brain off for real. Because like even though like all these things could be happening and I'm really not having a good time at work, I don't know, just like the fact that I have the space, I guess, to even make money, to pay for things, that's good. And I also know that the more I complain and the more I find problems in what I'm doing, the worse time I have.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, I either can do the job as described, or I can complain about the job as described and still do it.
And still have to do it.
So I feel like, you know, the way our brain works, the more we complain about something, the more we hate it. And so I'm like, I'll just complain less and think less about these things
in general,
and it'll make it more enjoyable. And so that is also what I mean by turning my brain off.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And that's still choosing the most pleasurable option at the end of the day.
Because it's like I can either be pissed off. That's also like the whole misgendering thing, especially when it comes to like strangers and like when I'm in the workplace and stuff. Because it happens a lot in the workplace.
Yeah.
It happens a lot, and I have to hear people even call me Alexis a lot, which is weird for me because, again, the only people who actually call me that are people who I don't really talk to on a day-to-day or at all, really. And so when they call me that, I'm like, this is weird. But, like, also I'm like, okay, I can either be upset about this or I can just be like, yeah, whatever. And half the time, the yeah, whatever is just an easier road for me because, bitch, I don't even know y'all like that.
Being angry takes a lot of energy. I've noticed that being sad takes a lot of energy. Like being uncomfortable. I think more than anything, I've been uncomfortable in my life. I haven't been angry, maybe I haven't been sad, but I've been very uncomfortable, and that takes a lot of energy to be uncomfortable.
So I think it's just like, how do you trick your brain? How do you trick your brain into thinking the uncomfortable is okay for now?
Or like, find a way to get comfortable.
Yes.
Like, damn, this seat is hot, but how can I sit to make it less fucking hot?
Better sit on a pillow.
Babe, find a fucking pillow. And sometimes that pillow, bitch, is weed.
Yeah. Courtney, we really just be sharing the same brain cells sometimes.
Truly.
And I really love that.
Truly.
Okay, well, girl, now that we've gone through our pleasure moment for the day, or pleasure principle, my bad. We always end the episode with some questions for the girls.
Okay.
So, you know, I think we've already established this, but would you consider yourself a hedonist?
As a co-founder, whatever, of a pleasure-focused podcast, I feel like it's only right that I say that I am. But at the same time, this is new for me. I haven't always chosen pleasure. You know, I've chosen what would make me feel secure.
Or other people's pleasure.
What would make other people feel good or feel better about me, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm learning to apply hedonism into my daily life. That's what I would say.
But Jeremy/Jonathan's version.
Yeah, exactly. Not the one where I don't give a fuck about other people, because I just always will.
Yeah, it's really hard not to give a fuck about people when, I don't know, I'm like, bitch, when people just don't be giving a fuck about you, it's hard to just not give a fuck about other people because, ew, that's not a good feeling.
Absolutely. This bitch.
I think that Jeremy/Jonathan's version, definitely, absolutely. I definitely, a lot of the things that he was saying definitely resonated with me while I was making the outline, which was really cool as well. It's always so crazy that these things that we read about come from these old white men from like ever ago. And honestly, I want to think it's the women in their life, because, you know, men love to do that.
It's 100%. Have you seen like any of those time period like not autobiographies, biography movies, those dramatic biographies of like fucking the guy that wrote Frankenstein, you know, or like, you know, it turned out that it was the woman who created the formula for so-and-so. Or it was the wife that told the husband to add this to Coca-Cola. Like, it is never these fucking niggas, I'll tell you. They don't know anything. They don't do anything except for the delights of showing other men how powerful they are. It is the women in the background that have all the ideas, you know.
We see you, baby.
Cheers.
Clink.
This is number 3.
Yeah. My next question is, what are some pleasures that you think you may be overindulging in currently?
Well, according to my zodiac, my horoscope, I guess I would say, okay. According to my Twitter astrologer horoscopes, I've been overindulging in both weed and alcohol, and I can 110% attest to that.
Yeah.
I have been off of a real job for like 45 days, pretty much, and I was just like, fuck it, because I didn't have nothing that was important enough for me to not be high or important enough for me to not be drinking something. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do all these things. I have been drinking a lot, I've been smoking a lot, and I think I need to relax. Like, I really do. But it's hard also because like I've been saying for like a week, I was like, I need to relax. But you have a wedding reception with an open bar. Then you have your best friend's birthday. Then you have Halloween. Then you have your birthday. You have a new job. So like my parents want to take me out. My family wants to take me out all the time. My other friends want to take me out, you know, and celebrate. Now I want to celebrate because it's like, I'm happy. I'm like, fuck it. I got I don't have the bread yet, but soon I'm gonna have the bread. So like, I was in a place where I'm just like, I want to escape and not feel bad about escaping, because for a while, like up until a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I was escaping because I just did not know where my life was going to be. Yeah. But now that I do, I'm like, ooh, now I can party and not feel bad about it, because like I deserve this. But at the end of the day, it's still like a coping mechanism, and I think it's like preventing me from forming like good habits that would probably make me feel better.
I think like one thing, well, I don't want to say like one thing I've been doing, like I realize that I haven't been getting as high as much unless I'm like with other people. But like when it's just me and I'm just by myself, that's also why I started playing a game on my phone. Again, you know, all my friends be like, damn, you always playing a game on your phone. But honestly, I don't really be on Twitter like that. Yeah. Especially
not
recently.
Anymore, yeah, I've noticed.
I don't even be on Instagram like that. Like I really don't be on socials like that. And it's because I'm trying to replace my vices with something else. So if playing Diner Dash on my phone is what keeps me from mindlessly scrolling on Twitter and TikTok and like all these things where I absorb all these opinions and words and things like that, then I need to find some way to cope with that. And playing like a little game on my phone is a way that I do it. I still haven't finished that. I'm halfway through that book I was telling you about. I've stopped halfway and I haven't finished it. And it's not like it's a bad book. But I did also see a TikTok the other day that was like, it's just, I'm just a girl, and it's just me and the book in my tote bag that I still haven't finished. Facts. And I was like, oh my God, I literally have a book in my tote bag. I haven't finished it.
You'll get there, babe.
Yeah. Next question is, what are your top 2 pleasures in your life right now?
Man, okay. I know I told y'all my mom helped me clean my closet, and it just, like, you don't know. I wish I could show you guys a picture of the state of my closet, of what it looked like before she came in there. It was sad. And like my room has been this like dark pit of like, I really almost want to cry, because I just realized how much like your environment really like
reflects your mental health.
Yes, like, oh my God, like I really cleaned my shit up this week, and like there's just so much light in there, and it's just so airy. I just love going in my room, and for the past like 2 or 3 months, I've been so miserable walking into my room at night. It just made me so upset, because I'm like, what is going on with my space? Like, that is definitely it. Like, I can't believe it made me feel like ready to cry on this fucking podcast, but like clean up your room and let your mom, if she's willing, come clean up your space with you, because I do not ask my mom for help anymore, because she gets on my fucking nerves. And whenever I ask for help, she be making me feel like, not like, oh, you shouldn't be asking for help. She never makes me feel like that. But like, she just be really getting on my ass. So I didn't really want to ask her to help me clean my closet, but she offered, and I hadn't spent a lot of time with her, and it was her birthday week. So, bitch, I have makeup on my face.
Sorry.
It was my birthday week. It was her birthday week, and I just want to make her like feel like I didn't like not want to spend time with her. So I let her come over, and she cleaned that shit up in like 3 or 4 hours. And I went to Buffalo Exchange and tried to sell it. Guess how much money I made from all that shit that was piled there that you saw this weekend?
$35.
23. It was $46 with like store credit or whatever. But anyway, I allowed help to find me, you know, and it did. And I felt so much better for like a solid week. So that was probably my most pleasurable thing that I've done.
I love that. I have a laundry organizer you might want. It has 3 separate things for your whites, colors, and towels.
Thank you. I might take you up on that.
It has wheels on it too, so you can wheel it to the laundry area.
That's good. That actually might have sold me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might have sold me. What's your most pleasurable thing in your life? What's the most pleasurable thing in your life right now?
I think it's probably like, I would probably say it's like the podcast, it's Courtney, and I think it's Red. Those would probably be like my top 3. Yeah, mostly Courtney and Red though. Just because like coming from somewhere where like, you know, love and affection and attention is not something that came easily to you, and like people don't listen to you, they don't try to love you the way you need to. It's just really nice to be around people and to know that I have people in my life that will always do that for me. And Courtney really is like roll dog day one. I'm telling you, I'm sorry, we're in it together for like ever.
Truly.
So it's just really nice to like feel so solid about my support system, because it really makes me a lot less anxious about like going out into the world and like doing things, because it's like, okay, even if they don't go how I want them to, I still have like people who will, you know, help me see the positive in things and like help me move forward and all these things like that. So that, I feel like, is probably what brings me the most pleasure and brings me the most security in my life as well. Because I really don't like, I don't know, like people, you can judge and say whatever you want. It's fine. My bitches riding with me, okay? And they love my ass. So anything that all these other people have to say, that really doesn't matter to me. And that security really makes it easier for me to put my best foot forward, because at the end of the day, even if my best foot isn't enough for the situation, at least it's still enough for me and for the people I have, you know. So
absolutely,
I think that is definitely, Courtney, I'm so grateful for you every day. So, you know,
same. And with it being your birthday, you know, I am here for you.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to celebrate this weekend. I don't think anything's happening, so I don't know why you're acting like you are, but
I will say my outfit, especially my outfit for the club,
fantastic. Wait, which one are you wearing to the club?
The jean skirt.
Yeah, yo titties. It was TD.
See,
I know you shook your ass in the camera, so I know you wanted me to say something about your ass.
Yeah.
That's not what I was focused
Everybody
on.
loves the titties.
Because, like, they were just sitting
Everybody loves the twins.
They were there.
If you haven't heard Coconuts by Kim Petras, stop what you're doing right now and go listen to it.
That's what she says in it?
Yeah.
Everybody loves the twins?
Yeah. And what did she say? She said, I gave them different names, Cartier and Tiffany. And then she said Mary-Kate and Ashley. And she just, you know, people call boobs like all these. She literally is like putting them all. It's a song about boobs.
Do you have a name for your tits?
No, I don't have a name for my boobies. I'm sorry. Everyone's really obsessed with them, but they just don't know. Like the second I get a chance to make them smaller, I will be, babe. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I respect it and I understand. I've seen your plight.
Everybody's so obsessed with my boobs, and I love that everybody's so obsessed with my boobs. But at the same time, I want to take them off. Like if those like ladders that you can like hook on something.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that. Unhook my boobs like
just for the night.
And just if I could do that, oh my God, like Coco Kane, if I could unhook my titties like Coco Kane, bitch, I would just do that. I would.
Yeah. And then you could really just feel good about putting them on.
Yeah.
For the 8 hours you
And then I could have fabulous nipples, femme face, be a hottie, but take my boobies off like cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So our last question is, what pleasures are you wanting more of? Or like, what pleasures do you wish for yourself to indulge in more?
I really just would love to just indulge in my sensuality. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. In what way?
And like sexually, romantically.
Okay.
You know, like I would really love to like give in to my every whim.
Yeah.
And like, you know, like I'm
Courtney, I feel like you could do that.
Yeah, I could. In theory. I could in
What's
theory.
blocking your theory?
Life. It's blocking my theory.
Wanting to be a considerate human.
Quite literally.
That'd be the hardest part, though. Like, oh, I have to be nice. I have to be nice.
No, it's not even that I have to be nice. It's not that I have to be nice. It's never that. It's that I have to be considerate.
Yeah.
You know?
Being nice is being considerate to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, it
nice
is.
Nice people are considerate.
That's true. But like, to me, being nice is something you can fake. Being considerate is not something you can fake.
Yeah, you can't be fake.
You can't fake being considerate because it's very obvious to me that it's very obvious what you want when you're being considerate. It's like, okay, I clearly don't want to be doing this, but I'm doing it. To me, that's being considerate.
Yeah.
Being nice is like, let me fake to this person that I want to do it. Let me lie to them. I'm not lying to anybody. I know what the fuck I want to do. But anyway, I would probably say just, you know, giving into my sensuality and sexuality. And it's going to be even harder when I'm making money because right now I'm broke and I feel like I'm broke, but I'm still horny. Okay. So when in about 11 days, when I'm no longer broke, I'm going to be fucking horny and I'm going to be wanting to spend money and be horny. And that's like the perfect combination because then you just want to like go to the strip club. Yeah. I don't fucking know. But that's me. That's what I want to be more, what I want more pleasure of moving forward. What about you?
I think, my pleasure is really simple, I think. I just want some head. Like, that's it. And like, it's not like I don't have opportunities to get head, but you know, I'm a safe person. And I'm waiting for my STD test results, you know, as a safe person does.
Yeah, naturally. When did you go get it?
I'm going on the 23rd, which is Monday.
Okay, thank you.
So, you know, as a bitch that be with bitches, I can still fuck and it be fine. Okay, but listen.
You want something specific.
I want head so bad. And you know what else I want? It's not even that I want head. I also want to sit, like, on a floor. I was watching Twilight the other day. Listen, here's my pleasure. Hold on. This is the pleasure I'm wanting more of. This is a great moment. Okay, so I was watching Twilight, you know, and I was telling Courtney this because we were watching it together. And I was like, oh, my God, when Bella and Edward are in that field, you know, she's having that dream and she's like an old bitch. You know, I'm like, I just want to be in this field and like be on my knees and look up and there be pussy just like about to drop right on my face. So that way I can have like hand on tit, pussy on face, and then like, you know, rub your pussy on my face. That is a pleasure I want some more of, is also pussy on my face.
In a meadow.
In a meadow, especially with flowers.
Okay, yes.
Because there were flowers in there.
There was a lot of flowers.
Not the one that she went in with Laurent. It was all dead and shit.
No. The one that she's in her dream.
In her dream. Edward. Specifically that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you deserve that, Lex. You really deserve that on your 27th year. That is all I want for you, is to get head in a meadow. Give, because you're a giver. This bitch fucking here.
I think it's really funny that like what I want someone to give me is to let me give them.
You walk around, you know, with this air about you, like, oh yeah, you know, I'm a giver. You know, I like to give head more than I get head. Fuck you, Lex.
I do love to get head, but I really love to give head.
For me, it's like 45-55.
Nah, it's like a 90-10. 90 I want to give head, and 10 I want to get it.
Wow.
Because
Okay.
like even though I'm like, oh, I want to get head, like if someone was like, hey, can you give me head, I'm jumping on it. Yes.
Yes. I love that about you.
Yes.
You know, you're an eater. That's what we call you. You're an eater.
Okay, yeah.
I like to
Like
get
bones and all.
bones and all. This bitch over here, she be bones and all.
If you haven't seen Bones and All, it's on Amazon Prime.
It's also
that
not
shit
that
is
good,
weird.
so.
Yeah, it's not like really that good.
Like
but
you wait the whole movie, you're like, oh man, okay, this is getting good. I'm excited for where it could go. And then it just never gets there.
it never gets there.
Well, bitch, is that all you got for us?
That's it, baby.
Okay, I loved this. I feel like we took it a lot of different places.
Yeah,
So,
we did.
You know, good luck, babes, listening to this episode. If you made it through,
Thanks for not texting and driving.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Salud. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at allyourpleasures_. Please subscribe to our YouTube, like this video, comment, all that jazz. Go on Apple Apple Podcasts,
There we go.
Spotify Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts.
We are in a lot of places.
We're in a lot of places. We're in all the places.
I
So
Googled us the other day.
we're
in a lot of
every
places.
bitch. Google us and we come up first. So literally, do not play with us right now.
Yeah.
Please subscribe to our YouTube. Leave us a review on all the podcast places wherever you listen to your podcast. Write us a sweet review. Leave us a 5 stars. That is okay. That's a long text. That just popped up on my phone. Anyway, whether you're listening to this on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, baby, we love you. And we'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.
Hush, hush, baby.